on Elements Asunder. The party, having lost Affy as he decided to make a departure with the money that he had gained and retire, or at least go off on an adventure somewhere else, the party proceeded to their, well, JJ would call it a date, but I don't think Forte would, with the nurse that they had met, Leverhunden. Upon arriving at the bar, some discussion was had and some interest was in fact given by Leva in potentially joining the party. Many drinks were had, and a small, angry girl was found as well. This girl claims, and keyword there is claims, that they are in fact not a child, despite being very, very small. They were able to take their drink, and some confusion occurred as to if they were dwarf, halfling, gnome, so on and so forth. But eventually, the party had a good time, and aside from JJ, who was doing his own thing, they sort of just enjoyed themselves before planning to meet up with their two new individuals in the same bar in the morning. That being said, as JJ, I'm sorry, not JJ, as Forte, Vesrin, and Galthuk all arrive back at the guest home of Forte's mansion. What do you guys want to do?
Um, it's been a while since the previous session. Where did we agree to meet up? We
At
at the
the
tavern,
bar,
right?
at the same tavern.
For lunch, I think it was, right?
Yep.
Closer to a dinner.
The I don't know. The past viewers will leave it in the comments. But I think
Let
I
the
thought it
record
was
show. Let the record show I've been babysitting Forte's friend for basically the last
Hours.
month, basically.
Yep.
I've been in a deep coma for a month.
Is she still depressed?
She's unconscious, last you checked.
Mm.
We'd like to check on her.
Okay. You enter to see JJ basically just kind of still sitting there. JJ, actually, what are you doing?
Now you see, I have a very specific picture in my brain. I'm sitting by the window, nice cup of tea in my hand. Just trying to breathe, considering I basically just walked away from an attempted homicide.
I kind of just unlocked the door because I have the keys for it. I just walk in.
Oh, sir, how'd your date go?
Vesrin, he's been
I
following.
look at JJ and I'm just like, date? Oh, the meeting with the potential talent.
But did you get lucky?
I think got pretty lucky. Pretty smart. She
I believe we got all lucky. And seems like she's gonna be around a bit.
Indeed. But yeah, pal, how's Alex doing?
Wait, no, before anything else, what do you mean when you say you all got lucky?
You look at me and you see I am actually kind of like sweating a little bit from the amount of alcohol I'd been drinking. So you can imagine that I'm actually looking a little tipsy right now.
How does Vesrin look?
I look at JJ and I said, we all had a fun night.
How does Vesrin look?
Vesrin?
Well, Vesrin looks pretty alright. I mean, a little intoxicated. But other than that, chilling.
I know. Interesting. I'm glad you all had fun. I didn't know you all swang that way.
No, pal. We had plenty of fun. Good food, good drink, good company.
You know what? You've been stressed. I guess all of you deserve a nice group event.
But yeah, how's our guest doing?
She's basically been asleep for the entire time. Seems more restful than before.
That's good to hear. As I just take a seat, just take like a seat down next to him and just like this whole mess with the forgot the person's name. Crap. Was it Mona?
Which person?
The person in the hospital who got murked.
Ah, Nora.
Nora. That was this whole Nora business. Glad it's been dealt with. Disgusting people out there. What time is it, by the way, right now?
At this point, it's about 11 p.m. It's decently late.
Well, I gotta write some papers before tomorrow. Proper enlistment forms and all that. We also met this, like, little one that swings a big hammer. Punches hard. See promise in that one.
So I'm glad, if nothing else, you feel a bit more relieved than before.
Open.
Yeah, JJ.
Yes, what's up, sir?
Thanks for doing me a solid and watching her.
I mean, don't thank me for that. Thank me for this thing.
No, thanks for that too. You snubbed out some good talent. You're planning on heading to bed soon?
It's been a solid 18 hours since I've been awake, so yeah, probably.
Okay. I'll go to the kitchen and make myself some coffee. Oh, that hot bean water. It gets you good.
Can I get a stiffer drink from your people?
Yeah, get whatever is in the cabinet. Guest cabinet should be full.
You see Leroy immediately scamper to the cabin and just try to find like the strongest bottle of food she got.
As you open the cabin or the cabinet, you don't see any hooch, but you do see about 10 bottles of red and white wine.
Veteran's gonna look at the wine and go, "Yeah, that's good enough." Grab a bottle.
I indeed grab a bottle of red wine. Because apparently all y'all got a circle jerk, so I may as well get a nice glass drink.
Veteran's gonna look for the nearest fireplace.
There's one not too far. You're in the main hall right now, so
She's just gonna lie in front of it and start drinking.
Is there a nice, comfortable chair there?
there are quite a few, yes.
If you don't mind, can I get one of those too, Forte?
Sure thing.
All right, you
Feel
see
free.
Galta go grab a bottle of red wine. It's not to my flavor, but it'll do. And then he kind of sits, puts one leg up over the arm of the chair, and then kind of leans back, kind of tosses a couple more back.
It is at this point that you see Leroy just pop a bottle, pop a cork, make it all go down nice and smooth. And at that point, it's time to play some smooth jazz.
On the bagpipes.
Absolutely.
So, as you begin doing that, are you guys going to just kind of do this into the night, drinking and listening to bagpipes?
Forte's gonna get himself some hot bean water and prepare the proper paperwork for Nia, and and God, I'm bad with names. For Nia and I got this.
Oh,
I don't need help. I got this. For fuck.
got it?
Who are you asking
Leva.
about?
Leva. There you go. Got it. We can say that's in character.
Well, it seems Forte definitely needs the coffee. Is there anything else anyone is doing during the night? Okay.
As it drifts further and further into night, closer to midnight, that is about when I pass the hell out. Mind you, I don't care where I'm at the point. I will sleep in the main hall if necessary.
So, an uneventful night occurs. And as the morning sun begins to rise.
Can I say once I finish the paperwork, I go back to the guest house and just sleep on a chair?
Yeah.
Thanks.
As the morning sun begins to rise, with the four of you all sleeping in various places in the guest house in general sort of disarray. JJ kind of just on the floor, Galthuk snoring loudly in a comfortable chair, Vesserin on the couch, and Forte in his own chair, sitting dignified and asleep. You all hear. Yep. You all hear what seems to be a knocking at the door.
Oh, is Leo? I wake up because I'm alerted to like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, same.
Is Leroy? What does Leroy look like?
He is face planted on the floor as him in the disguise still.
Okay, I open the door.
Standing
Awesome.
there,
Move over from that.
you see what seems to be a male as he slowly removes his hood. He wearing a winter cloak, a black winter cloak, covering the majority of his body. You see, it appears to be a half elf or an elf, as you see pointed ears, with semi long black hair. The man gives you a slight smile and says, Good morning. Is this the. I'm sorry. Chevalier residence?
Chevalier, but yeah, this is the guest house, pal. How can I help you?
Uh, well, I was informed that you were close with somebody that I am looking for. And the man slowly unfurls a scroll, holding it up to show a sketch of what is very obviously Affy.
Huh. Are you looking forward to something?
Yes, his parents actually hired me to look for him. They're quite worried, in fact.
I have plenty of reason to be.
So
But
you do know him.
yeah, he left town a few days ago.
Make a deception check.
It was a few days ago, wasn't it?
It was yesterday.
Oh.
It was indeed yesterday.
No, it was 2 days ago because we would have slept after he left. No.
No.
Oh.
No, it was like yesterday.
But is it deception if I don't?
Because he
If I'm
left in the morning
misremembering?
and then the evening you went on your group
No,
date.
but I'm genuinely
Okay.
misremembering, so I don't know if it's
Alright,
deception
alright.
or
So
not. But
yeah,
16.
that he gives a small smile and nod. Don't suppose he mentioned what direction he was going?
God. I'll be real with you, pal. That guy jumped out a few windows. He has a bad track record with snow, so I guess someplace warmer. I genuinely don't know, pal.
Would you mind if I step in for a moment?
The guest house is kind of preoccupied right now. Would you mind if I accompany you to the main hall and we can get proper breakfast?
I am in a little bit of a rush if what you say is true. I just needed something that he had been in contact with recently.
It is at this point you see Leroy just rolling on the floor.
It seems. I do hope I didn't wake you all. I know
Vesserin
it's.
is going to grab the bottle that's sitting half drink at the base of the couch and go, "Just a good night, friend," and then take another sip.
He
As
gives a slight smile. It seems like it. Um, quite the group you have here.
I'd like to by the way, check out the guy. Does he look like he's from Obstagrad?
Uh, as you look him up and down, his clothing seems obstagradian enough. It's all heavy, set furs and a cloak. But his face and his accent certainly seem not to be of Obstagrad.
Where are you from, pal?
You mean where was I born, or where do I hail from? I'm a traveler, simply taking on jobs like I said. The young man's parents hired me to try and track him down. Something about an heirloom and being worried for him, to find him and bring him home.
Well, if you're a traveler, then you could use some food. As I kind of like put my hand on his shoulder and like, let's go talk over the table. And I yell to the rest to get ready for food. Wake up and get ready for breakfast.
Can you make a persuasion check, actually?
Sure. If I can find it.
I really am in a bit of a rush. Do you have anything that he recently interacted with that I may be able to use to help track him down?
Well, the only thing
I
can think of
interject
is
at this.
two.
Uh,
I don't think he took them all.
Only thing I could think of is the window
Nope.
shards in that other town.
I don't believe he left anything behind. Yeah. I'm afraid you're out of luck.
Well, it'll have to. I suppose at least getting some information was better than nothing. Thank you. What was your first name again? I got the information of it being the Chevalier, Chevalier household. I'm sorry, I'm not great with names, but I didn't get your first name.
You could just refer to
Oh,
me as
he's
Lieutenant.
Fort. He's Fort. Or not Fort. What the tree? He's
You
the
could just
tree.
refer to me by my rank, pal. Just call me Lieutenant.
Lieutenant Fort. Thank you very much for your time and enjoy your breakfast. He turns and begins to.
I do want to try to investigate, though. Like, just based off his mannerisms, because he's not from Obstagrad and he doesn't behave like Affy. Like,
Make
would he?
a insight check.
I have advantage on those. 20.
Off of his accent, it almost seems like he might have similar ones to individuals you've heard coming from Drakford to the west. Though that would be extremely unlikely considering you're on the brink of war with them, and the chances of anyone coming over would be slim to none. It's more likely he was a immigrant from long ago or came from the south, having originally been from Drakford, if that was the case. He does carry himself in quite an esteemed manner, almost like a noble of himself. He doesn't actually seem like he would be a mercenary or a sword for hire, though you do also notice, despite his lack of armor, which would imply him to be more magic based, especially if he wasn't from Obstagrad. He does have what appears to be a sword dangling from his belt.
Again, I put my hand on his shoulder, and I insist that he gets breakfast. It doesn't do for nobility to travel on an empty stomach.
He stops and looks back at you. I think you're assuming something about me, friend. I've simply been taught well by my parents.
No,
I
pal.
wish I
No, pal. We nobles act in a particular way. Smell you from a mile away. Come on, I got some coffee. If you never tried that, it's roasted beans in hot water. Get you good for the road.
Keeps you awake, Vesserin says,
Keeps you warm in the cold.
slowly walking out of the house.
He lets out a small sigh. You know, you remind me of somebody I knew not long ago. Friend of mine. I suppose it would be rude to forsake your hospitality. Which way is the main house again?
Accompany me, friend. Accompany me, pal. And what kind of name? How can I refer to you as?
You can call me Lozo.
Interesting name, Lozo.
My parents were interesting people.
Evidently. Can I insight?
You can.
I do have advantage on these. 22.
Oh, he is lying about his name.
Peculiar, though. Lozo's not typically an elfin name. Or half-elf. I look at Vesperin. I look at Lozo.
Oh,
Like I
okay.
said, my parents were interesting individuals. If you must know,
Picking up on Forte's kind of suspicion on that, I'd like to insight as well.
if you must know, they were not my birth parents. A human and a halfling, actually. Odd couple. Loved me quite a bit throughout the years and raised me well, like I said. Though, having been adopted at the age of 10, it complicated things. He is actually he does seem to be telling the truth here.
Okay.
Oh.
But I didn't visit to tell my life story. Coffee, you said.
That's right. As we walk to the snow, I assume Vesperin following along.
It is at this point you see JJ rising from the near dead, basically.
JJ, make a Constitution saving throw.
Must I now?
Yes.
Fairly well. One moment.
I would like you to add an exhaustion point to your character sheet, as you did not get nearly enough sleep last night, especially with the alcohol added in.
Fairly well.
Is it just these three, or are JJ and Galfuck joining them as well?
Oh, I'm gonna finish up my rest. I'm still kind of tired.
Okay. So, Lozo allows you to guide him to the main estate, where you already see a decent outing of breakfast: breads, fruit, jams, and of course, several cups of coffee, all laid out.
Is there like a head butler around or anything?
There is not currently, but you know if you shout, he would almost immediately come.
Oh, I shout out his name. I say
Immediately,
that we have
Steiner
a
arrives.
Steiner.
Sir,
A guest, foreign noble. I'm looking Steiner dead in the eyes as if in like talking in code. By the way.
Mhm.
So, like I'm kind of like mouthing out Drakford. Make sure the table is ready.
will do, sir.
Wait, who the hell are you? What happened last night?
JJ, you're not there.
I'm talking to a mirror. I'm exhausted, remember?
So you did follow them.
No, I fully addressed that I've stared at a mirror.
Oh, you're staring at. Okay. So as Lozo sits, he picks up a cup of coffee gingerly and sips it. Tough
so-
times in this area.
Mm, it is with you know, the weather, the monsters, and politics. So, where are you from?
Originally, I came from the area to the south. At least for as long as I can remember. Why so interested in my origins?
It's not every day you get forward ability in Obstagrad. Country kind of has a
Again,
reputation.
you're assuming. I assure you, I am not nobility.
No, the way you compose yourself, the way you behave, the way you speak, it's too eloquent for a commoner.
I appreciate the compliment, but I've simply been taught well and read quite a few books. I've always looked up to the nobility.
Hope you know.
Cliffnor doesn't actually have any nobles, really. They have a few houses, but nothing so grand as Obstagrad.
Do I know if there's like half elves in Cliffnor?
There are. In fact, that is actually where Vesrin came from.
But you don't. Oh, Vesper's nearby with me, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's just eyeing him at this point, keeping
That's
track of
also,
his words.
in fact, actually, no. I don't think Affy said where they were from originally. But yeah, that is where Vesrin is from.
I put in the notes that Affy's kind of from like the forest
No,
part,
I
like the west.
mean, I don't think Affy ever told the party where he
No,
was
not
from.
explicitly.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it's in notes and stuff. Not the south, the west.
Hmm.
And you gotta excuse our
Would I know how much of what he's saying is true?
It is in fact true that the Cliffnor Alliance does not have any official nobles. They have some houses, like he said, he is in fact telling the truth.
Okay.
There are a few areas that are controlled by richer houses, which is the closest thing they have to nobles.
Okay.
But not really anything as fancy as Obstagrad or even Drakford.
Hmm.
At this point, you all see Galthuk arriving through the door.
Oh, how's everyone doing? That was a good sleep.
Doing great. Feel free to join us, pal.
Oh, we'll do. You see me grab the chair, kind of pull it back, set myself in there. What's for breakfast today?
All the pastries your heart desires. As I sip on my coffee.
I shall now enter the dining room, finally.
You see JJ in disguise enter the dining room as well.
So, did anyone else sleep with a bottle of wine basically glued to their face?
I raise my hand. Yep, me. Wasn't too bad. Not meow, but still pretty good.
Cool, brother. Okay, you and I are basically going to eat enough bear claws until at least we both feel very flaky on the inside.
There is actually a plate with a good 10 or so bear claws.
I'd like to apologize to our guest, Lozo. I explained that after Drakford assassinated the the Emperor, that Officer has been trying a new program of sorts.
I did hear that rumor. Well, about the assassination. Well, I thought it was a mysterious death, but I did hear of rumors of an assassination. Um, I was slightly surprised to see a dwarf in Amsterdam. I know you made some alliances with the dwarves to the east, but still, somewhat of a shock. Usually, this kingdom isn't the most welcoming to those that look less human.
Times are changing. And the late wish of the previous Emperor and Empress was for a peaceful coexistence. Fortunately, that was stripped of them.
As they conquer the lands to the east and look to the lands to the south. Still, as long as the riches of Obstagrad can be expanded and the people are happy with it in the end, I suppose not much anyone could complain about. Though I doubt the Cliffnor Alliance would be so willing to join the Empire.
Oh, we do have a common enemy and a common threat to our national security.
Do you?
Yeah.
And that is?
No. If our royalty gets assassinated, what's stopping their leaders?
I suppose
They're all
that's certainly true.
and not to mention of the recent monster attacks.
Yes, it was quite the hassle getting here, even from just the Cliffnor Alliance.
That and
Honestly, I.
we have intel that Drakford has created certain metallic abominations.
Does Obstagrad not have its own share of. I believe they were called automatons?
But it's a bit more unusual for that place. As I have a much more serious expression on my face.
Well, if that rumor is true, hopefully they keep those abominations, as you put it, to themselves. If there's something you'd like to say, Lieutenant, do come out and say it.
Alright, pal, I'll cut to the chase. I know Drakford nobility when I see it. I've had peace talks with you before. What are you doing in our lands? Right before a war?
Put it simply, like I said, I am not nobility. Not anymore, at least. Events occurred, and I left that life behind long ago. As previously stated, I am simply a mercenary now.
Can I insight?
You can.
22.
Oh, there's certainly something he's not telling you.
Mm-hmm.
My singular goal within here is simply to find your companion, Affy. That statement does seem entirely truthful, though.
That's a question. Would he know Affy's like nickname or like the birth name thing?
Uh, that is a question that you would need to ask him.
I can't.
Actually, I would know that Effie's not his real name, right?
Yep.
Well, yeah, because I told you my real name before I dipped.
Yeah. And pray tell, how do you know his name is Affy?
Well, I know that's not his true name. After all, his parents called him Aspen, but he has been going by it during his travels. I'm a decent investigator. You need to be in this profession. But Mr. Grey Bramble is, as I previously stated, my target to find and return home.
No. Since we're coming clean, then why don't you give me your real name then?
I have gone by numerous names, similar to your friend. After all, you don't exist in this business without making a few people that don't want you around anymore. Suppose you can call me Dexel.
Does the name ring? Does it ring any bells to me?
It does not.
What about me?
It does not ring any bells to you either.
Okay.
Well, at least you're honest.
Sometimes it's the best policy, especially when you're dealing with insightful folks, such as yourself. He lifts the mug slightly in toast.
So why are you going? Why is it in Drakford's interest to go after Aspen?
I already said it's not. I left Drakford many years ago. It's in his parents' interest.
And how come you left Drakford?
Those are personal reasons.
Well, I just sip on the coffee.
As does he. After. Hmm?
I just give him a warning that I'll have him know that the people from here won't take too kindly to people from Drakford, and that I don't know him personally. I don't know his motives, but I tell him to be careful.
I appreciate that. Most individuals can't recognize the accent. And either way, I do know how to take care of myself. But I appreciate the concern.
And I also do value diplomacy.
As do I.
No need, no need for conflict to happen when it can be avoided. You know, pal.
He gives you a small smile. Conflict are for those who are unable to use their minds. Violence should be the last resort, not the first thing you turn to.
As I sip my coffee.
So, as long as we are being truthful, I do want to ask one more time, do you have anything that Affy was in contact with recently that I may be able to use to help ascertain his next location?
Sorry, pal. I got nothing. That kid takes everything.
Well then, and he places the mug down. I believe our business is concluded.
Not quite yet, pal. I got one more for you.
He gives you a slight narrowed look, but stays simply just standing at the other end of the table. And that question is,
I'll trade you a bit of information if you give me a little bit.
it depends on how useful your information is and what you require of me.
Well, I know someone that he particularly, pardon my street tongue, but pissed off. And all I want to know is your country's intention, your country's intent.
As I have stated multiple times, I am no longer with Drakford. But from what I've heard through connections, the rumors of their involvement in your Emperor and Empress's assassination are likely false. They have no plan. They have their own situations being dealt with as of now.
Can I insight?
You can.
I will do that. 24.
It's actually a little bit hard to get a read on
24?
this. Yeah.
Oh wow. But does he
Um,
seem truthful?
he seems like he's probably telling the truth here. As to if there's anything hidden that he's not saying, can't really tell.
I mean, I'm mostly investigating the part where whether or not they did or didn't do it. That's the part
He
that's mostly curious.
what he says, it seems like he believes it at least.
As I sip some coffee.
And now for your part of the deal.
All right. So there was a town a little bit south. What was the name of that town again?
The
The
town
town
to
we,
the south.
yeah, the town that we went to for the first thing.
That was the town of. I have so many bloody notes. Da, 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 da. Frick. I can't find. I should remember this. I know I should remember this. But uh, by the way, as this discussion is going on, suddenly Galthuk lets out a giant burp.
Rings everybody's ears.
I assume Dexel and I are just like eye locked right now.
Yep. It is Elden Wind, by the way.
Elden Wind. Okay. So there's a town. There's a small town south of here, Elden Wind. Affy has some bad blood with the bartender there. He might have. He might have something.
Interesting. Well,
If he doesn't know who that is, bring up the window.
I will take a look. And Forte,
Mm-hmm.
do me a favor and do keep my visit between all those in the room here. No need to go telling anyone, including your tiefling friend back in that guest house. And with that, he simply turns and walks out of the room.
Touche.
As Dexel, as you now know him, leaves, the four of you sit there in silence and odd.
Was there any maids or butlers in the room with us?
There were
Mm-hmm.
an odd air, an atmosphere kind of hanging over the room. As Galthuk and JJ continue to stuff their faces.
I call over Steiner and I tell him to inform my father about this when he comes back, but to keep it secret until then.
That was already the plan, sir.
All right, this is for him, pal. This is out of my league.
Steiner simply nods and walks away.
As I just like let out a breath of relief. Was not expecting to deal with Dropford nobility this morning. Ugh. Kind of feel like my suspicions over the story was justified, though. As I just looked to the party.
Is anyone going to make any comments?
Oh, you see me patting my belly. Oh,
I am busy on my 7th beer call.
7th? Oh.
I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw, JJ.
Absolutely.
Okay. JJ's all good, stuffing his face with bear claws.
I'm at 18, but I think I'm done. I think I'm done. Unless you catch up, there's no reason for me to keep going.
By the way, Kiri, I'm just making sure you're not muted.
I think I'm here. Hello?
Okay, no, you are not.
Okay.
But about the story, I overhearing the story, yeah, I think that's best that he doesn't know anything. If you recall, Affy told us that we should never say we know where he went.
I'm aware, pal. But in politics, you gotta trade info to get info. Doesn't seem like he's a Drakford spy, that's for sure. And even though he's a terrible liar. It seems that Drakford didn't really have any plans to execute the Emperor or the Empress. I know my dad has his own hunches about their assassination, so he'd be very interested to know in that little bit of intel.
Well, I
As you
guess, yeah, that would be helpful to know, I guess.
Yes. He doesn't talk about it, but he's actually investigating their mysterious deaths in his own way. So, I'm sure Steiner will let the old man know. As I nod to Steiner.
Steiner's already left.
Oh. Okay. Still, though, I do wonder what they wanted to do with Affy. I wonder if Affy was actually a Drakford implant. Best friend, you're from Cliffnor. Did Affy strike you like he was from there as well?
Well, I come from nomadic tribes that survive mostly on the desert, but if my understanding of that area, region surrounding where I live is correct, then I could imagine it, yes.
So at least we know, at least Affy probably wasn't from Drakford. As I just devour a bear claw because I'm hungry.
Oh, I saved you one on this plate too if you want one. I couldn't finish it right now.
Thanks, Val. I need this. As I just gulp it down in one bite.
So
It's hard to drink on an empty stomach.
Oh, sorry, don't speak full mouth. Only
so
Dwarven.
Oh, that's delicious. But yeah, it's hard to think on the spot with an empty stomach, pal.
That's fair. I know the feeling. So
well, I do got to reevaluate though how he got to Abstergrad and heck, how he infiltrated my estate. That one was more dangerous than he let off.
Oh, you believe so, huh?
He had magical armor, and behind his cloak there was a sword.
Hmm.
He is clearly armed.
I think I might have to be a little bit more attentive next time. I was hungry. I had such a good sleep. I didn't even think nothing of it.
No problem, pal. Like I said, we nobles sniff each other out. Just stink to us.
So, what are we gonna do about your friend?
This Dexel character is outside of our league. If we report it to the Pope, then the entire city might go into lockdown. I feel like this will be a better lead for my pop's investigation. I just hope he comes back. I just hope he comes in time.
Hey, if it leads to something, we get brownie points too.
That poor Affy. He's getting hunted down by a Drakford mercenary and soon the head of the military.
Goes himself out a couple more windows to escape.
I'm sure he'll be fine. He's a slippery one. Anyway, don't we have to meet some people at the tavern? I look at the time. What's the time?
Right now, it's about 6 a.m.
And we agreed to meet at noon, right?
Mm-hmm. It's actually at this point a maid walks up to you and goes, I'm sorry, sir, to interrupt. This letter came from the castle for you.
Oh, thanks, dear. As I open it.
Opening it, it has an official seal. It is instructions that within 2 days' time, have been assigned to meet at the mansion of Duke Conbrook towards the evening hours around 6 p.m. And you will be handling essentially security for a party of a number of nobles at the estate.
Sounds good.
That was
We got
the
us-
Duke of
We
who?
got it.
Duke
Conbrook?
Conbrook, Conbrook.
Duke Conbrook. Do I know anything about him?
You actually know quite a bit about him, and you and your father are not fans.
Hmm.
As far as the nobility in the capital goes, he is one of the more openly corrupt ones, often having illicit celebrations with other nobles, trafficking in the slave trade of non-humans, um, and often found or being suspected of embezzling funds and manipulation of many of the markets throughout Obstagrad. He is not a good person, and he is certainly not a noble with honor.
Ah, crap. We got assigned to security for the piece of shit. As I just say
Piece
out
of
loud.
shit. Who? Man, who's this?
Ugh, Duke Cronbrook. As bad as they come.
Oh.
Human trafficking of other species, corruption, embezzlement,
I will note,
narcotics.
human trafficking he does not do. Non-human trafficking.
Non-human trafficking, embezzlement, illegal narcotics, corruption, fraud.
Mm.
Not a family favorite, as you can imagine.
Doesn't sound like a nice guy.
What I wouldn't do to have his head leave his body.
roast them over an open fire.
Careful. You eat them, you might get a stomach ache. Rotten
No.
to the core.
I feel like this corpse would be best left to rot and nourish the land around it.
Regardless, this is an official missive, so 6 p.m. we have to meet with a shit. Knowing him, he's gonna have eyes all over us, trying to get any kind of dirt he can. As I look to Leroy. So, be careful to give him absolutely nothing. I'm still looking dead eye into Leroy.
Understood, sir. Understood. To be honest, I couldn't get a good read on the guy, considering half exhausted myself.
This is a problem for later. Let's hold on blind after this morning and catch a breather.
Oh, what are you
Should
all
I
doing
feel
today?
should I feel comfortable going to this place, or should I worry?
Are you asking me or Forte?
Forte.
Be on guard. Trust me, this guy will not honor the agreement. You know all the stereotypes you guys believe about Obstagrad?
Yeah, I've heard stories.
Yeah, believe him when it comes to him.
Hmm.
The worst.
Yeah.
Anyway, I need to go to my chambers and write a letter to my father to explain. To give him a few updates. I'll meet you guys at the guest house. We'll get cleaned up and ready for our other meetings.
About how much time do we have before the other meetings start?
That's at noon. We have to meet the Leva and Mia at the tavern at noon.
You have about 6 hours of time to kill, however you guys would like.
Yeah, I really got to make it. JJ, did your L complete by chance? Have you located where that's at in the stables?
Oh, it's been done for a while. As for where it disappeared to, that's the impression where the staff really know it went. I've been looking for it myself, actually.
Am I still in the room?
You are?
Oh, I overhear that, and I ask the maid Janet to assist them with their inquiries.
She nods. Whatever you'd like, sir. She turns to JJ. How can I help you?
Bring me to the cart.
That would be in the stables. And she will lead you to the stables and anyone else that is coming with.
I am going to go with them.
You find a decently large building with a number of horses and at least 3 other wagons aside from your own.
But is the ale in there?
Yes, the ale is in fact in there.
And without a doubt, without a second thought, I pour both me and Gelthuk the largest pints available that we had in there.
Okay.
Here.
So, you all have a few hours to kill. What do you want to do? Just to make things a little bit faster.
So I wanted to test out the ale, see how it tasted. At that point, if it felt up to it, we can go ahead and make a trip over to the blacksmiths, where we talk to Beltran and see if and just kind of like just shoot the shit with them for about an hour or two, because I promised them that when I got back, I'd have a pint with them.
Okay. I'm gonna let you just to make things a little bit faster. Just roll a charisma check with advantage,
All right.
just to see how the situation goes. goes decently enough. He is fairly busy, so he isn't so talkative, but he's just as nice as he was last time. Do you guys give him some of the ale?
Oh, absolutely.
He thanks you for it, and he likes it quite a bit.
Drinking with company is always the best part.
I'm sorry. You
It is
said
without-
what would you say one more time?
Drinking with company is always the best part.
Oh yeah, drinking alone. That's terrible. Oh sure, a pint with your friend.
Makes you question what you're really after in life.
Yeah, Bertrand, how are you liking the ale?
It's pretty damn good. You made it yourself, you said.
My friend JJ here, he's made it.
I'm sure it's nothing compared to the dwarven brews, but still, not half bad.
So is that a contest? Because I'd be glad to put up a challenge against those dwarven brews.
Can't say I've tried them myself, but again, that's something more your friend would know than I would.
I 100% believe that this is the best ale that I've ever drank in my life. Even better than my Dwarven brew.
And what would that be?
What do you mean? This is JJ's brew is the best by far that I've ever drank
Really?
before. Yes.
Well, I'll take your word for it. But I really would love to try that elven brew. Yeah, dwarven brew.
We will work on that, my friend. We will work on that as soon as we swing past the mountains. I will make sure that I come back with some for you.
Appreciate it. Speaking of, what are you doing, Forte, and what are you doing, Vesrin?
I'm writing a letter to Forte's father. The question: we do know where Affy was headed to, right?
Affy, did you ever say where you were headed to the party?
I think the most I mentioned to everyone was that I was considering trying to like see if I could reunite with like the old pirate crew I used to hang out with, but not like a lot of details.
Go to like a port city, probably.
I was gonna
Right,
say,
Affy?
where's the nearest port city comparatively to where we're at? Because that'd be the direction.
The closest port city would likely be a good bit southwest.
Can we get a name?
The closest port city is Tavernfall.
Havenfall?
Yep.
Thanks.
Which again is a good few days to the southwest. There's a decent number of ships there, and there is some pirating and such. But considering directly to the west of there is mostly abyssal mountains, it's more of a trade area than a pirating area. For the little bit of trade that is allowed to go out to Drakford, but it's mainly towards the Cliffnor Alliance. and just spreading things across the southern shore of Obstgrad.
Okay, thanks.
So, Vestrin, what are you doing?
Just relaxing by the fire for the most part, waiting until time to go do the thing.
Okay. Note. Neko noted. So, number of hours pass. You all meet back at the house, and it's about midday. So, are you guys heading over there?
I'm still writing the thingy. Mind if I just edit it later?
Yes, you can just edit it later.
Okay, thanks. So, I'm just gonna send it to you so you have like a gist. And I'm gonna leave that as well as Appy's identification card with Steiner to give to Forte's father.
Got it.
And it utmost urgent priority.
So, you all head out again, heading back to the tavern that you were at before. As you walk in, Lever, are you already there?
At the tavern? Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Nia, are you already there?
Nia is running about a minute late, but I would say nearly.
Okay. So, as the three of you walk in, you see Lever sitting at the same table as the night before. And as you approach, you suddenly hear the door behind you slam open as Nia rushes in.
Wait, I'm late. She kind of squeaks as she like runs in on her tiny little legs.
You're fine, love. You're fine. It's fine. Everyone just got here.
I look at Leva and I say, Iho, which means hi in giant. Leva.
I respond in kind. uh,
As I sit down, I give the paperwork over to Leva, and I ask Nia, because I'm still not sure if it's a halfling or like a tiny dwarf, but I ask if they are able to read.
Of course I can read. I can read. Of course I can read.
Make a deception check.
Why do I have to make a deception check?
Because you can't read common.
I can read a little common. Also, I don't know where my character is on the thingy. I cannot see her. She's too little.
She's too little.
Bottom. Yes, thank you. Thank you for taking control of my computer, Edward, even though I did not ask that of you.
You're pretty sure she's bullshitting.
Okay, pal.
I'm
I'll
genuinely...
help you out with this.
But I can't read. I'm not illiterate. I can read.
fine. It's fine. Let him explain it for us.
I know how to read. Give me a paper right now and I'll read it.
Okay. So for you, Leva, a bit more simple. You already have your identification and sorted out. All you have to do, sign your name and hand it into your superior.
See? That's pretty simple enough.
For you, Nia, have you gone through the process of getting identification in the city?
You're supposed to get identification?
Why do they all keep slipping through? Okay. You and I will have a trip to the DMV, and we will get you setup. Profession, bounty hunter, or gender. Gender F? Questioning. And what alias to go by? Full name? Nia?
What's up?
What is your full name?
What is your full name, Nia?
My full name is Konstantinia Kartosh.
That's a mouthful.
Nia Kartosh.
Yes.
And where are you from originally?
I'm from the east. I'm from a small island there. Give me one moment so I can read the bio. Oh, it's called the Zeleni Isle. It's on the east. It's very little.
It's Lenny. Oh, a good many of you. Oh, that's how you're able to go through. Oh, that makes sense.
What do you mean? How is he able to get through?
Yeah, because Lenny, you have good relations with them. Fun folk. You guys like to party.
Well, we used to, but now most of us are dead. So.
My God, what happened?
I told you yesterday. The lady in the purple cloak came. The lady in the violet cloak came, and she ate all our food. And there was a big, like drought afterward, and we didn't have enough food, and a lot of people starved. Very tragic. I'm here to commit murder.
Goals. Seeking wealth. Alright, I got you settled. I'll accompany you later to the DMV. We'll get you situated.
Are you going to do the same thing for Leva?
Does Leva have to do the same process, or does Leva just
Well,
have
to
to...
sign up to actually be an adventurer, yeah.
Alright. So I guess I'm taking... I guess it's my... I'll take both of you to the DMV together. And, after that, I'll debrief you on your first assignment.
Alrighty.
Unfortunately, it's... not a good one.
You don't sound too happy about it, so wow. That says a
Yeah.
lot.
You'll understand.
What do we have to do? Is it really, really bad?
Yeah.
What's our
Nope.
mission?
We'll find out. We'll find out.
Are we gonna commit a war crime?
I doubt it's that bad.
I just look questioningly at Nia. Huh.
Well, we should probably get this done as soon as possible. Leva stands up and grabs Nia. Lifts up Nia. Time to go.
I just kind of like start wiggling, just like, calm me down, I can walk.
I'm kind of holding her like how you would like hold a cat, like from the scrub.
I just start kicking aggressively.
Does Nia resist?
Are
I'm
you
kicking
resisting the grapple?
I am kicking aggressively
Are
Is
you
that
resisting?
resisting?
with my
But is
short
that
little
resisting?
legs.
But is that resisting the grapple, or is it just for flavor?
Yes, I'm kicking for my life.
Okay,
she's
so
resisting. Okay.
roll a athletics check.
I nudge Galthok and I'm like, this is why I like this little one.
Just
This is why I like the big one too. Look at that.
Leva
feisty.
kicked you directly in the chest, bouncing her way off of it and out of your arms, doing a perfect roll and landing on the ground. Perfect.
I just kind of like raise my arms up in victory.
I rolled 24 though.
Oh, I thought it was the other way around. I'm sorry, I
No.
misunderstood.
I was like, wait a
Okay.
minute.
that was my. Look, it's two new characters. I'm getting
I
used to
know.
it.
Look at the viciousness of those kicks. And look at just this, like, the stoic stature on Leva.
So, Nia, you are kicking aggressively and not getting anywhere. Leva just kind of holds you out about a foot away from her, and you are not able to get her with any of your kicks.
I am incredibly displeased.
onward to. I look it over to Forte and go. Where was this place again?
Onward to waiting in line for 4 hours. I
Oh.
look at the rest of the party and I just say, let's regroup at my place.
That sounds like a plan.
I would like for Forte to roll me a d20.
It's a 1.
Oh no!
Oh, did get lost.
It's one of those things where we want
No.
to roll low. Maybe
The
this is
next
only
morning,
low?
the next morning.
It can't be the next morning. We have the mission.
No, the mission's in 2 days.
Oh, it's in 2 days? Yeah, then we're fine then.
The next morning, Leva, Nia, and Forte walk into the guest house with giant bags under their eyes, looking miserable as they have spent 20 hours in the DMV.
I
How?
hate the DMV.
How the hell are they so disorganized? I don't understand it.
I look over at Nia and I'm just like, was it really necessary to destroy the desk?
I wanted ice cream.
And I said we can get some later, but that's not even the part I'm angry about.
It's a government building. What kind of government building doesn't have ice cream?
Forte,
lot of them.
please remove 3 gold from your inventory. I'm sorry, 5 gold, 2 for the desk, 3 for having to pay to get you and your companions from you and your companions from being arrested for destroying government property.
Oh my god.
Beautiful.
And Leva, please remove 3 copper from your inventory for when you bought Nia ice cream after. So, Vesrin, JJ, Galthuk, you see the 3 of them stumble in. Nia with some white still around her mouth, all looking exhausted. Do you guys say anything?
Did you guys
Are
have
you
to
going to
go
be
through that
okay for the
process?
mission tonight?
It's tonight.
tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
Yeah,
It's tomorrow.
I
Oh.
say no words. I just pour them a nice glass of wine each and just walk away.
Oh,
I take the
thank
bottle
you
and chug it.
very much.
I take the bottle and chug it.
Is there any place I can sit down?
There are several places you could sit down.
All right, I find like a comfy couch or like a chair or something, and I sit down and take a long sip.
Make a Constitution check.
I just made mine, for the record.
Check.
Yeah.
Or save.
Wait,
Safe,
check
safe, safe, safe.
8.
Okay.
Well, that's 2 nat 20s in a row.
JJ, you have an exhaustion point. I'm sorry, not JJ. JJ, you get rid of your exhaustion point. Forte, you have an exhaustion point now.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'd also like you to make a con save.
Nia.
Yeah.
Also, Constitution save.
Yep.
You're fine at those, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Leva and Nia, you guys do not get exhaustion points, though you are very tired. And Leva, the wine is very good tasting.
I needed this. I really needed this. Thank you. Thank you. Oh,
I
by the way,
just,
what is your name again? I don't think I got it last time. I point over to JJ.
Yes, forgive me. For my name is Leroy. Nice to meet you, officially.
Oh yeah, we haven't met him either. So I kind of just like look over and I just like keep like looking up because like JJ's like 6 inches taller or something than Forte is, right?
Wait,
Mhm.
has this not been your pet this entire time? As I look down.
Well, I mean, we like We met briefly before, but then I had to go to a DMV, and you were also
Well-
sitting. So I'm just kind of like
I'm
staring up at him. I'm just like,
Nia. Has this not been your pet this entire time?
how do you mean? And I'm just like sipping on the wine.
Don't worry about it. What's your name?
Nia?
You you get lost? Maybe your family's somewhere out there?
No, my family's dead.
I don't think you should be saying that. Shouldn't you be in school or something?
I just like put my hand on my hip and just like, I'm almost 30. I'm not a child.
You say that as though that's supposed to impress me.
Well, I am an adult. I'm not a baby. Why is everyone talking to me like I'm some kind of baby?
I'm not
I
gonna say
wonder-
because you are, but it is kind of because you are.
I'm not a baby. I'm an adult. I told you all, I'm a legal adult. I'm almost 30. I can handle my liquor. Thank you very much.
Is there any more of this? This is absolutely amazing. Amazing wine.
It is very high quality.
It's cold and I like that. It was cold outside, but I got all sweaty running around
Unfortunate.
from the feds.
So, it's fairly early in the morning. You're all day drinking. What do you guys want to do for the rest of this day?
Before Forte knocks out, I ask about the condition of Alex.
Who are you asking?
Yeah.
Bessrin would have been checking up
Bessrin.
too.
Vestrin. I ask Vestrin.
During the time that they were out, I would have been checking. You know, anything to see for what I would have seen. Hey, yo.
We hear you.
Oh, you
she
trailed off there.
Yeah, you
Okay.
kind of trailed off.
Gotcha. I would have been watching her while they were out. So, do you want me to roll something to see what I would have seen?
Yes. Just a investigation check, I guess, or perception. Perception. You would have just kind of poked in. You do see some signs that she was up and moving a little bit, but when you looked in, she was in bed asleep again.
Well, it seemed like she had been moving at least a little bit, but every time I checked in, she was asleep again.
That's good. She's recovering.
Covering. Is there someone injured over there? Do you want me to look at her?
It's more of a psychological injury.
I see. Not exactly my forte, but if there's any physical trauma or something of that nature, I can help with that.
That may not be a bad idea.
Okay.
Maybe let's get her a chance to at least come on her own, you know?
That's fair.
As I ask if someone could bring food for her, make sure she's eating.
Can do.
I just kind of like try to peek at the room and like, oh, do you have someone else in there? Are they sleeping?
Don't worry about it, pal.
As you peek in, you simply see a form covered in a blanket on the bed.
Then just start whispering like, I won't disturb them. And just finish my wine.
Do I notice if whether or not it's a physical or just a mental hurt at this point for her?
You would not be able to tell that. You would have to potentially go up to her and make a medicine check.
That's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to find out if I had noticed anything like previously when seeing her in the room.
Well, of note, you do remember that by the looks of it, she had not slept in days when you found her originally.
Okay.
So, one way or another, it's likely she's catching up on a good amount of sleep now that she feels somewhat more safe.
Okay, I'd like to go in there and just kind of see if she's okay at this point.
Make a medicine check.
I'll watch out too. Just, Fester and being overly cautious.
If it's something related to medicine, can I help out?
You can.
I can give him advantage, or should I roll myself?
I would have you roll yourself.
I'm very proficient in
Wow.
it.
The small dwarf is blocking your way.
Not a dwarf,
That's
a
a good
halfling.
nat one. That's unironically a hilarious nat one.
One
where
even at that one. Damn.
She's just trying to
Wow.
get over, but she just can't like get past the dwarves.
And like the whole time, like Nia's just staring at her, she's like,
I don't want to step
what
on
the
this
fuck
one.
are you doing?
I like her, but I'm like,
How am I blocking your way? I'm short.
Yeah, that's the problem. I don't want to step on you.
Again, I'm short. You can just step around me.
And what? Accidentally kick you? No, no can do. Granted, you probably can take it, but I still don't want to do that.
I guess that would be bludgeoning damage.
Okay. So would it behoove me to be able to go ahead and cast her wounds on her?
You can. You can certainly try.
Gonna take a minute for it to refresh. Start it over there. Just because that's gonna take a minute, let me go ahead and open it up here.
So are you casting Cure Wounds?
Yes, I'm going to.
Okay. So as you cast it, you do see the fresher injuries on her close up. As she is healed for 7 health.
Do I see anything happening with the claw marks that I see?
They do appear to close up.
Any scarring, anything that I would notice about the claw marks on the outer edges of them? Do they look infected or any, like? Is there
They do
anything?
not. They do not look infected, nor do they look like they are going to leave scars. They're scabbed over at this point, basically. Though they were decently deep, which is concerning.
Sleep, my child. May Morden's grace make you right as rain as soon enough. I kind of roll back down the sleeve of her shirt and kind of walk out. I'm going to go ahead and report back to Forte. Forte,
What's up, pal?
there was some concerning claw marks on her arm. As I saw those, I went ahead and healed them, but they are very concerning.
How so?
would I be able to tell if whether or not it was something out of this world or something of a
Uh,
look
With the
like a check?
15, it definitely was not something supernatural.
So to me, it looked just like an animal scratch or a claw mark.
Yes, but bigger.
I would say the size of the claw marks that were there, that scratched her on the arm, very concerning on how big this animal is.
Wonder if it was from her mission or it was she'll let us know.
Hopefully, she will tell us.
I just hope she recovers before we have to head out. Anyway, I need a nap. That was horrendous. As I, at this point, drunkly, because I drank the whole bottle, walk into Alex's room and just like slouch against the wall and knock out.
Okay. Is anyone else doing? Is there anything else anyone wants to do today?
No. While everyone's, getting their rest after the horrendous DMV event, I'll just keep an eye on Alex for the rest of the day. I already said I'd bring her food, so.
And Forte, because he drunkenly fell asleep in there.
Yep.
True.
I kind of like waddle into the bedroom where Forte is like conked out because I don't know where to go because it's like the second day.
What
and it's
time of
confused.
day is it right now? Sorry.
It's like
Uh,
afternoon, I think.
So
Morning.
no, it's about 10 in the morning.
Oh.
11, because it took you 20 hours to deal
Mhm.
with the DMV.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
And the rest
Yeah.
for breaking up the desk. And the purchasing of ice cream.
Seeing Nia being a little bit confused as to what's going on here, I'll walk over and go. The main room is kind of like where we hang out for the most part when we're not doing anything. Other than that, we'll go out on the town and do whatever we need to do for a day.
Oh. Should we just leave him then?
Yeah, I'll be watching these two for the duration of the big one's sleep. So don't need to worry about them.
Okay, I guess. And I just kind of like walk out, but not before giving them like a kind of like wildly concerned look.
You hear snoring.
Fantastic. So I just kind of go back. So it's like, is everyone like doing stuff or are they just like relaxing?
That's a very good question. What are you guys going to do with your 2 days, your technically day and a half of free time?
I'm gonna go ahead to the goods store. Anybody want to go? I need to replenish a couple things from our last mission.
I'll join you.
I'll be here practicing my magics.
Is there anything, Vestron, that I can get you while you're practicing and overlooking?
Well, I suppose. Well, you see, he's going to walk over and give you 20 gold. If you see anything you'd think I'd like, go ahead and pick it up.
Oh, very well, very well.
Leave it to your. And if it goes over this 20 gold, just let me know.
Sounds good. Making a note of it now.
Okay. So you're able to pretty easily find the general store. What are you looking to buy there?
So in particular, I'm looking for some more parchments, as I'd like to take those parchments and scribe on them.
Specifically, parchment or paper?
It's parchment. Yeah.
Okay. You do need to specify. Is that all?
Also, I am looking. Let's see. I did want to pick up another alms box and another tinder box.
Second tinderbox. So how much parchment are you getting?
So I need to pick up at least, I would say, 10 pieces of parchment.
That will run you a gold. And a tinderbox would be 5 silver. So 15 silver total.
Right.
Is that all?
Is there anything in here that would kind of catch my eye, Professor? And
in the general store? Not really.
Okay, then after this, I want to I look over and I see Leva and I say, Leva, are you finding everything okay?
Yes, I am. I actually have some stuff I'd like to buy too. Actually, I go over to the shopkeep and I ask how much for this. How much for 2 coils of rope? 100 feet in total.
100 feet of rope. You looking for hempen or you looking for silk?
Hempen is fine.
100 feet would cost you about 2 gold.
Okay. And I was wondering, do you have any anything of what's it called any like pieces of like linen lying around?
Just random linen.
Well, like not random linen, but like good sheets of linen.
I have a couple of square yards.
How
How much you need?
Maybe 3 square yards should be good. 3 square.
That's gonna cost you a good bit. Linen ain't cheap.
I agree.
15 gold.
Fair enough. So that's 17 in total. Okay, and here you go.
And that should be that's a great idea. I overheard her talking about the rope. Can I also get some rope?
Sure, you want silken or hempen?
We'll go with hempen.
How much?
Let's go for go for 100 feet as well.
It's gonna be 2 gold also.
All right, thank you. As I grab it out of my pocket and hand it over.
He hands over the 100 feet of rope to each of you.
I
Don't
do
be strangers.
Oh. What was that? One more time?
Don't
Sorry.
be strangers.
Oh, I definitely won't. I love this store. It reminds me of home. Has all the elements that I need. Could you by chance point me? Wait. The weaponsmith would also have the stuff that we need for like bolts, right?
Yes. For crossbow bolts?
Yeah,
Yes.
bolts and arrows and stuff. Okay.
You would also be selling bolts and arrows.
Yeah. So, never mind. I could go talk to my buddy. I should have talked to him yesterday and seen if we can get some arrows and some bolts or something. Thank
Alright.
you.
Have a good day.
Have a good day. I wave and give him a little wink as I leave.
He gives you a sly smile.
Did you want to go with me to go see one of my friend Bertrand?
I'll be happy to. I rarely left the hospital, so I don't really know much about this area.
I don't know much as well. Just how long would you say I've been in the Evanford capital?
In the capital? Oh, you mean just walking around today?
Yeah, no, not just today. Like overall, like I'm pretty familiar with the place now. Like,
I'd say you're decently familiar, yeah.
okay, yeah, there's quite a few things to see here. I mean, there's you got the bars. That's where I usually stay and hang out.
That's pretty much all you really know.
And well, and I know Bertrand and the good store. I'm sorry, I really don't know that much about this. I barely figured out where the hospital was when they told me about it.
That makes sense. I really haven't really left much. It just hospital work has kept me busy, so the only place I know is my home and the hospital.
Oh, so are you from around here, right?
No, actually, I'm not exactly around here. I come from a small place in I guess it doesn't exist anymore, but it used to be a place called Melir over in the occupied lands.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I moved here and started helping out.
That's quite kind of you. And this whole time we're actually walking towards.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's so. How long ago were the lands occupied?
Is that to me?
No,
Or
well, you would probably have to interject and tell her, but it's over to Leva.
so
I would
Leva,
assume like a few years, right?
actually the full occupation of the occupied lands has only been about 2 years since it was fully taken over. Your area was taken over, I would say, about 2.5 years ago.
Yeah, I would say a couple of years ago. It's just maybe a bit more, but yeah, it wasn't. It hasn't been too long.
I hope not much was lost. It really was tragic events that did transpire from there. But I think, in all honesty, I think the world's going to be better.
I try not to dwell on it too much.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, there it is, right there. As I kind of point over at the blacksmith. Bertrand.
Bertrand waves. Oi! You got more beer for me today?
Oh, my friend, I'm so sorry. I left it with JJ. I am so sorry, but again, I am here for to try to get some crossbow bolts. So I was wondering if you might be able to help me out, and I will sure enough bring you some ale again soon.
Crossbow bolts. How many you need? And what type, for that matter?
Light crossbow bolts. I looking like I need about 21.
21. Well, I will let you know if you get me some silver or some. Sorry, not so. If you get me some adamantine, I could make slightly better crossbow bolts at one point. But if you just need 21 crossbow bolts, let's see. I can give you a case with 20 and then just add another one in, and I'll just charge you a gold for the entire set.
Oh, you're too kind. You're too kind. And I pop him over the gold and I'm just like, thank you so much. Do you have anything that might I don't know, catch the eye of a druid? Something that might help them out, or
If you're looking for romancing or jewelry, not exactly my forte.
You got somebody in mind? I know you do. Tell me you do.
Well, there is the boutique a little bit deeper into the capital run by Giselle.
Oh, Giselle. That's a lovely name. Is her prices just as lovely as her name?
They're as lovely as her personality.
I see where you're going there.
But might run you a bit much, though I have heard soldiers get a pretty penny payment.
Ah, thank you. That tidbit of information will be vastly helpful. And take this, and I toss him another gold. Thank you so much again. Such great hospitality, and always there to have a pint with me.
Hey, you keep throwing gold at me, I'll keep giving you as much hospitality as I can.
You're full of jokes.
I do appreciate the gold, though.
Ah, no problem. Leva, is there anything here that my friend Leva right here? Go ahead and introduce you.
Nice to meet you. My name is Lava Hunden. I've recently been made partners with sorry, what was it again?
Galta.
Galta, yes, Galta. I've been recently made partner with Galta and Galta and Forte and the crew. So I suppose I'll be seeing you a lot in the future.
Suppose they need a little bit more height on their party.
Hey.
I am the tallest.
And I smile.
I'm just fucking with you. Nice to meet you. Anything I can help you with?
No, I'm just here to accompany Galtuk here, just for now. Your selection is lovely, by the way.
So are you.
Thank you.
Well, if you need anything, don't be afraid to ask, or if you ever want to come by for a drink.
Oh, absolutely. I'll be back soon enough, my friend. Soon enough. You want to point me to the direction of the boutique? Still not all
Go towards the center of the city.
Center of the city.
You really can't miss it.
Well, thank you again, my friend, and we're gonna start heading down that road. So we need to get a hold of Giselle. I'd say time passed by. I mean, we're just talking. I would say at this point I'm at like the point where I'm just doing small talk. Like how the sky, where how's your family, and or did they make it through? And
I mean, like, well, it's. I guess it's just answering. Are you asking me if about my family and stuff right now?
Yeah, did they make it through the occupation and just
unfortunately not.
Oh, so sorry to hear.
Well, I suppose I don't. Have you heard much about my talk with have you heard from my talk with Forte during the bar? I don't know. You were drinking pretty heavily that night.
I was a little tipsy
I don't know
there.
if you were listening. So my family was I was originally from the Abyssal Mountains, and then I moved over to Melir, and unfortunately, the people I were with at Melir unfortunately did not make it.
Oh, okay, the Abyssal Mountains, and then from there you went to Melir, and
Yeah,
sad days happened.
It was a pretty long trek, and yeah, it's unfortunate, but yeah, I had the hospital to keep me busy, but I suppose this is going to keep me busy now.
Oh yes, Yes, and keep you busy wondering if you're gonna live the next day. Oh man, adventuring's amazing.
I'll be fine. I had my fair share of adventuring before.
Oh, I bet you those treks. Yep, I bet you those treks were an adventure of their own.
Indeed.
At this
I
point,
guess-
you guys, towards the center of the city, see a store labeled as Illumination Gems with just an innumerable amount of lights and sparkles all around the sign and the store.
Way too shit.
Oh wow.
It actually hurts a little bit to look at.
They could tone down the light a bit here, I feel like. But I guess it is
I agree.
improvable.
Yeah, you know, it is probably to catch the attention of everybody, all the passerbyers.
Go.
Well, let's
Are you going to head in?
yep, we're gonna go ahead and head in.
So, as you head in, you see a woman that appears to be around 6 feet tall, actually. Turning, she almost looks like she could match the build of Leva. Long blonde hair pouring down with a long, sparkly red dress. Oui, oui. How are you today, my customers? How can I help you?
Hello, Giselle. I was introduced to you or was told to by a friend of mine, Beltran, that you were
As
here.
soon as you say Bertrand's name, she spits to the side.
Ah, was there a problem? It's okay, lass. You can tell me.
Bertrand, that bastard left me at the altar.
His face is horrified and also in in shock and awe. Like has all these mixed emotions, just like doesn't know how to feel.
Yeah, you look at me like that's like the worst fucking thing ever. My
Let's
face
not
goes
speak of
white.
Let's not speak of trash. We need sparkles. How can I help you today?
Well, he whose name cannot be said, told me that I should be able to come over here and help out a buddy of mine that would possibly help us along the way as we're adventurers for the city. And then
For the government.
yes, and I show
Yes.
her my Obstagrad pen.
How can I help you, my small hairy man?
Well, we are looking for something that might be of a type of, I guess, a nature magic, something that would help a druid.
Well, as far as help goes, I can help them look beautiful. I, for nature, do have these. And she turns around, bending all the way over, somehow reaching into the very bottom drawer and taking out what appears to be a gold necklace adorned with a number of leaves and a small, what looks to be almost sapphire flower in the very center. Your druid friend would likely look lovely in this.
I agree. I agree. Vestron would definitely love something like this, but does it have any qualities that can help for adventurers?
I am a boutique, my small hairy friend. I sell jewelry. I sell things to make you beautiful. As far as helping in adventures, well, not so much.
I would like to take this time to look around the store. Like, what is there? Is it just like only jewelries, or is there also like cosmetics of like hats and like other stuff like scarves or whatever?
There are a number of silk hats and scarves. around, and including a number of dresses as well. But the main thing that's on display appears to be a number of jewels and gems and pieces of jewelry that, as you look at the prices, your jaw slightly drops, as this is the first time you've ever seen a number with 4 digits before gold pieces.
Oh my.
Well,
Ah,
Wow.
I'm sorry I can't be of much help.
I am sorry that you weren't as much help as I would needed for, but I would have to say that the jewelry here is quite lovely, and I thank you for your time.
I thank you too, my friend. If and when you see Bertrand again, spit on him for me. You'll know what it means.
Does that come with a discount?
No,
Oh,
no, it does not.
I couldn't
But
do
I
that.
like your, I like your goal.
Well, I
At least he's
appreciate
on it.
it. Yes, at least he's honest. As
Have a
we
good rest of the day.
yeah, we are gonna. Well, I'm gonna turn around. Did you find everything okay, Liv?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't. My hospital allowances don't really give me much. I can't really afford much stuff in here anyway. So
Oh, so did we lose Danielle?
I think we did.
unfortunate.
Wait, we lost a nail?
We lost Danielle.
You left the call, Neil?
You think she timed
she-
out?
Oh,
She timed
most
out and went AFK.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Lel.
I'm scared.
I'm gonna. I wanna cast detect magic and kind of take one more look behind us, just to see if there's anything in there that has the glow and not just the shiny.
as you cast detect magic, nothing seems to have the glow.
Was hoping. It'd be nice to get Vesser a nice gift.
Get that, but we tried at least.
Fair enough. As I turn around, um, do I see any magic in front of me?
It does last.
Would you have any magic on you right now, Leva?
Um, would my mm, would my spell book count? Actually, hold on, wait. Does the spell book count? Give me a second. I don't remember.
No, the spell book itself is not technically magical.
It's not
It's a-
actually active. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as it's not active. So no, you would not see any magic,
Okay.
which is a little bit refreshing considering the last time you tried to use it, you got a massive headache in the Feywild.
Exactly. I was wondering if I messed up,
Oh.
but I looked forward and saw a whole bunch of people in front of me that had some sort of magic, and it just blinded me.
No, you're pretty good now.
All right. All right. I guess we're done for the shopping today. Huh? Can't think of anything else.
So, meanwhile, Forte, you're
More
awakened
noises.
by a small tapping,
Yeah. Ugh.
and as you open your eyes, you see the blue form of Alex standing, well, more crouching in front of you.
Yeah. Hey, pretty lady, you feeling better?
Which, by the way, I did get her an icon. Um, a little bit. I'm sorry. First month, too, without you guys, and I messed up that badly.
Yeah. blame's on me somewhat. Got used to hanging out with me and the crew.
No, you guys. I can't ever blame you guys. The fact that I even met anyone that was able to accept me, me being like this is just more than I asked, and I guess I got complacent with it.
Hmm.
Forgot that a lot of people can be unforgiving in Obstacrat.
It's not just Obstagrad. Monsters come in all shapes and sizes, as you know. How's the wound?
They're better. Though she looks at her arm where you see a couple of things scabbed over. I think I did this in my sleep.
Scratch yourself in your sleep?
I think so.
Bad
Didn't
dream?
have these before. As soon as you say that, she kind of shivers and seems to close off a little bit.
Veteran's going to have, probably been walking by at this point, and it's gonna be listening in.
I just tell her to come closer to me.
Make a persuasion check.
It's a 2.
She kind of just sits against the wall a little bit further away from you.
Yeah, I don't blame you after what you went through. Tell me, you thought about your future plans?
No. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't stay in the military. I have to think of an excuse. What if they find out that I killed them?
I think your coast is clear. That last one, the one that you know, we I
What
received
last
confirmation.
what
I
last
rec-
one? You remember she was never actually informed that there were any survivors. That was actually your original job when you went to check on her, and you did not tell her.
One survived and was getting treatment, and
Immediately you see panic flare up in her eyes.
don't worry about it. She's not with us anymore. Seems that
She,
one had some pretty had a lot of enemies with her. Got assassinated in her sleep.
you see her begin to calm down again slightly. And
Yeah.
you sure she didn't say anything?
No, negative. The Pope gave me the assignment to check up on you and her, so nothing was said. She was had a hole in her stomach, so I don't think she could have said much anyway. Listen, Alex, I'm just happy you're okay.
Thank you, Forte. I just needed a little bit of time to figure stuff out and get my strength back.
Veteran's gonna knock at the door.
As soon as you do, she jumps and pretty much immediately jumps into the blanket.
You can relax. Come in, veteran.
Veteran's gonna open the door and holding a plate of bread and cheese from the kitchen.
Alex, veteran.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance finally.
She
a little bit
peeks out from
closer.
under the blanket and gives a small nod, still looking a little bit terrified.
Best friend's just set the tray down on a table.
As you get closer, you see her eyes whip over to your ears, and panic just fills them as she ducks under the blanket again.
At this point, he's gonna step back.
Master, mind taking a friendlier shape?
Gives him a nod. Was thinking the exact same thing, and pops into his cat form.
Like I said, Alex, monsters come in all shapes and sizes, but so do good folk.
Meow.
She is not moving from under the blanket. All you can see is a little bit of shaking.
Oh shit, my bad. From across the hall, you just like very faintly hear Nia yelling, "I hear the kitty!" As she just like the little like tap of feet as she's looking for him.
At this point, Vesserin looks up and then ducks under the covers as well.
Dorothy just lets
As
out a
you
big
all
laugh.
hear
Now also shaking.
of small but very heavy footsteps.
And then like
Mhm.
10 seconds later, Nia just like shoved her way into the room. It's just like panting, just like, "Cat, where?"
I think it ran to a different room. Just missed him.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, and it just like leaves the room and starts like aggressively rustling in the one next door for the cat.
JJ, you hear this entire commotion.
Best friend's head pokes up, still covered half by a blanket, like peering around the corner.
I give a thumbs up. Still trying to contain my laughter. This brings back good times.
He's just gonna
She
lay on
is-
the edge of the bed.
She's not coming out from under the blanket. So, it is getting a little bit late, and it's been about 2 hours. So with that, I think we will end tonight's session. As next time, you guys get to prepare for your next mission and go do it.
Yay, we're going to the Met Gala.
Sure. If that's how you want to read it.
And thank you everybody for coming in, hanging out, being a part of the group, watching our campaign as it goes along, with Doc being the GM. Thank you, Doc. Thank you. I just want to let everybody know there's merch in the merchandise store for the current campaign that we're on right now, Elements Asunder, where you can get a shirt, you can get a sweater, and you can get a mug. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. You can. We also have a Patreon if you wanted to go ahead and donate to that as well, which also helps us bring better things over the time and helps out the channel. Thank you so much. Please hit that follow. Hope to see you guys here, gals and non-binary pals, soon. All right, take care.